down 22. It's just after lunchtime, 12, 18, 19 in the morning. Just after lunchtime, so 12:18 p.m. It's a sunny day. We had a bunch of clouds yesterday and some brief sprinkle of rain, but that's about it. It was a long day yesterday, and we did have a testing of the booster 7.1 segment, which is behind the SpaceX crane that we're seeing here in front of us. So that is still here. That testing happened on that piece of equipment. There is some work happening on the orbital launch mount. There's some people up there. I believe there's also some people over at the Starship 24. Palams, good stuff. Nice to see you. First time ever seeing you here. Someone here in the chat named Palams. Down this way, we see just a helium tanker there, but there haven't been many. I think during the daytime, the tankers don't really come. I think they come when it's not so sunny, because maybe it's also easy for them to travel. Tony, thanks for the info, Tony. I did repost that here on Ocean Cam. Hey, Ron. Good stuff. That was a great piece of info. So, yeah, so Tony had sent some info, and I posted it here on the Ocean Cam channel. Apparently, Monday through Thursday of next week, there is some type of marine warning for any explosions and stuff like that. So that's indicating, I think, that there's potential for a static fire next week, Monday through Thursday. And there is a good deal, Tony. Great find there, Tony. That means there is a potential next week for a static fire of the Starship over here, which we're seeing. And interestingly, maybe I just drove down here from the remote camera site, but I drove by the build site en route to here, the restaurant down that way, and there were like 4 or 5 different sheriffs over there by the restaurant. And just when I was leaving, one of the sheriffs turned their lights on, and then 3 or 4 other sheriffs turned their lights on. So there's somebody of significance over by the restaurant, and they're not like running out of their cars or anything, and they're not following anybody. I think they're just making a perimeter over there by the restaurant. So I believe, or by the Boca Chica village, there is somebody of importance, I believe, that has shown up. And maybe it's Elon, maybe it's somebody else, but somebody important enough, maybe it's a congressman or a congresswoman, somebody important enough to have some 4 or 5 different sheriffs and turning their lights on. So I didn't think to pull along to the side of the road and turn on the camera, but that might have been a smart idea. But I just continued on down this way to be where I am right now. So there was some chat about maybe there was a group of people that walked to the Starship last night during the evening, and that was caught on camera. I think at the 10 hours 53 minutes and or so many seconds. But I did look at that. So there were a bunch of people that walked to the Starship base of it last night and moved around there. It wasn't easy to see who it was, so can't confirm who it was or not. But if there is a bunch of sheriffs over there at the restaurant area right now with flashing lights, maybe it was someone of importance. Maybe it was Elon or somebody else like that. There is on Twitter something called the Elon's Jet, and there is somebody that tracks the movements of Elon's jet on Twitter. I did not check that, but it could be a smart thing to do to see if Elon's jet made it into town recently. He could easily just be over there in California somewhere. Hey, no enemies, good stuff. Smash a like. Yeah. So in this coming week, I assume that unless they put this back on top of the 7.1, so this piece they took off the top last week, this week, it's already Thursday, so it was this week. Maybe they'll put that back on top, or maybe they will, maybe they're done with it. Maybe they'll roll it back down to the launch site, to the build site. I'm gonna go into town this afternoon, so I'm just covering some things here, and then I will head back that way toward Brownsville and get lunch out there, and be back tonight, most likely. There is no road closure tomorrow, and nor this weekend. So today is July 28th, 29th, 30th. Tomorrow the 29th, Friday, 30th, 31 is this weekend. Then August 1st is Monday, big event. So maybe we'll see them, if they are going to do a static fire for the Starship, it would make sense that they would move a lot of this stuff out of here. If it's maybe it's going to happen on Tuesday, I don't know when it's going to happen, but if they did the static fire Tuesday, maybe Monday would be like a dress rehearsal, then they would want to have all this stuff out of here by Tuesday morning or night, or maybe they would eventually go for the actual static fire on Thursday or something. But they're going to have to move a lot of this stuff out of here if they're going to do a static fire. So we'll probably see a lot of moving of equipment, if that's true. All these vehicles, the excavators and everything, going to come out of here, and that could happen on Monday. If they're going to roll some of this stuff down the road to the build site, and then maybe Tuesday for the first option for a static fire, is what I would assume. Other than that, it's maybe a getting ready day. They did whatever testing they were going to do on that 7.1. There's a chance they'll work on it some more. Maybe do another test on that, another frosty test. That's all I got. They're doing some nondescript work on the overlaunch platform as well as the Starship. The Raptor table is still there. They haven't moved it underneath yet. There is, if you look in the distance, just behind that sign, that private property in the center there is a pile of dirt which goes left and right. Kind of keep people away from the methane tanks here on the left, those white tanks. Just behind the crane there's some white tanks. But that line of dirt, maybe that's like a fire protection area. If a fire were to catch or some fuel were to spill, maybe that would keep it from going all over. I don't know what that is for, but that was the reason why the crane had to go all the way around to the right to get where it is now, versus just driving over that area. Tony says the dirt needs to be moved. Static fire will blow it everywhere. Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, there's a excavator over by the dirt pile. You can see it through this gate here, and the excavator is there as well as the dirt. So maybe they'll do a lot of that work this weekend and tomorrow as well. Yeah, some mounds by Starship 24, yeah. There's a bunch of people working here right now. It looks pretty much the way it looked yesterday and the day before. I guess they're just a step ahead as far as testing and everything. The Starship here. Watch your ears. So we still have a bunch of clouds in the sky, but not like yesterday. Yesterday the clouds were very large, much larger than this, and we did get some rain as well. A little bit of rain, a little bit of rain. I think maybe most of it went north to Brownsville area and other areas over there. I think they got some rain in Brownsville, but we got a few sprinkles out here yesterday in Boca Chica. Maybe South Padre Island got some of that rain. I did order some durian seed yesterday, so I was thinking about putting here in the chat for someone to maybe buy and donate a durian seed, but I just went ahead and spent the $5 and I bought it off of eBay, and that's gonna arrive. Yesterday I ordered it right before the morning stream at right before 10 a.m. I was gonna put the link here in the chat as a donation, but I said, you know, forget it. I just bought it for $5 and it's on the way. So a durian is one of my favorite fruits. A lot of people here in the United States don't know what a durian is because it doesn't grow in most of the United States. The weather's not good enough, and the people maybe about 50% of the people don't like durian, and then 50% do. And it's mostly, I believe, just a smell issue. But durian is my favorite fruit, right next to annona. Annona is another fruit we don't have here in the United States, but they do in Costa Rica. Annona, A-N-O-N-A, annona, is like a custard tasting fruit that you can only find in Central America. So. But the durian is a big spiky football, larger than a football sized fruit normally, and it can even be up to the size of a basketball. And it has these lobes in it, and they taste a little bit like an onion matched with something sweet and fatty. So a sweet fatty onion is kind of what a durian is kind of like. It is almost like a thicker custard as well, but the annona definitely takes it when it comes to custard. But that is my favorite fruit, so I did order this seed with the intent of planting it on the remote camera site. And since this is I believe, perfect weather for growing these tropical types of things, maybe it will grow here and I will be able to have long term, some of my favorite fruits growing here, right here in Boca Chica. As far as the stock market's concerned, it looked like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and everything else is up today. The 7.75% increase in the interest rates yesterday to the 10-year Treasury was a boost to the market instead of a negative. People were maybe seeing it as a good thing. We'll see how that affects the mortgages in the future. People still think the bond market's going to crash, and maybe it will. I mean, spike up. The bond market will spike up. Not crash, but explode kind of thing. And so that would affect negatively the stock market. But right now, people are seeing the raise in the interest rate of 0.75% as a good thing. And as well as crypto is up like 8 to 10%, depending on what you're looking at there. So it's a good day in the stock market. It might just be a wave, but we take the good with the bad. That's the financial update here. So the weather here, thanks Tony, partly cloudy with temperatures of 87 degrees Fahrenheit, which is kind of normal for this time of year apparently, recently. 31 degrees Celsius. The wind is from the east at 17 miles an hour, 27 kilometers, and the current humidity is 70%, so it's dry. We don't really have much wind here right now. Maybe over there in South part of Ireland or Port Isabel, they have more wind than we do here, but right now here we got about maybe 2% wind, and maybe with some gusts to 10 or so miles an hour. So we got a little bit better windy conditions than they do over there in Port Isabel at the moment. And here comes a gust of wind. July 28, 2022. Paul S. Mamakis with Ocean Camera Space Corp. Ocean Cam. And I was thinking with the ocean camera, and then any companies that we partnership with, that space, that third word, Space Corp, Ocean Camera Space, and maybe we'll have a subscript or superscript that says X, SpaceX, when we do that partnership with SpaceX, or it'll be a space intelligence or space superscript or postscript, subscript or superscript. It could be anything. It could be space intuitive machines. It could be space NASA, space ULA, space Boeing. That space could have all types of little superscripts and subscripts around it with all the different partnerships that we have. So Ocean Camera Space Corp, and then we could have a logo where offshooting off of that space word could be all these other partnerships that we have. So that's something I envisioned yesterday. Because the space is kind of a cross-company word there. Crane Man, any more sign of any more covers on the overlaunch mount? Yeah, I haven't seen any, no. And I did get some shots when it was exposed, and we could see some of the silver stuff a couple days ago, some of the piping on that area that gets covered. But no, I don't see anything. There are people working up there today, but they may just be pressure washing and doing stuff like that today as well. They have a bunch of chains hanging, so eventually they'll take that Raptor stand maybe and they'll lift it up, and that'll be something to get some shots of. If they're gearing up to do some static fires, maybe they'll finish the booster and they'll roll the booster 8 down the road next week, and maybe we'll see them get that lifted onto the overlaunch platform, and then maybe the static fire, not in addition to being the Starship, will also be a booster static fire, and that would be something. So if they were going to roll that out, it would be Monday or so next week from the build site. SpaceX? No.
I wish.
Cool, cool. My name's Paul. I'm with OCEAN. I got a YouTube channel. Nice, man. Yeah.
South walking in the sand and stuff.
Nice, nice. That's permitted. You can do that. All right. Okay.
They went out there.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. Well, I'm in the house. Sofa King. Awesome. 3:35 a.m. Yeah, I didn't get the, sorry, Tony, I meant to do that. I was going to get it. I reminded myself to get it after doing this live stream. When I go back to it, Brownsville, I was going to get that and upload it. I didn't take that shot. I can walk here to the left in a little bit, see if it's viewable from this side. If it is, I could get out the camera and see if I get that shot. All right, I'm going to go to the left here, see if I can get that shot. And if I can, then I'll come back this way and get my camera. Nah, can't see it from this side, no. Can't see it. I'll come this way. Sorry. All right, so looking at the Starship 24, there you can see the piles of dirt there, and the excavator to the left of that, and I guess they got some other lifter over there to the left. But yeah, so we would be looking at between now and next week, maybe they'll get all this out of here, or maybe they'll do a lot of concrete work. That looks like it could be for concrete, you know. Maybe that's some... I would imagine it's not Portland cement, because then that, if it ever rained, that would be bad news. It would be a big pile of cement or concrete. So that is obviously not Portland cement, but it is gravel and maybe some stone and sand. But we can see there a little bit from this, with this kind of zoom quality. Underneath the right side of the aft flap there's some type of red thing, but it does cover the vertical side from the other angle. And I will get that shot. I forgot to do it. Two weeks ago, I bought an adapter for the iPhone. I bought actually 3 different adapters, and 2 of them worked and 1 of them didn't. So the one that didn't was a mix of a mic, headphone, lightning connector. So it was like a 3 to 1. It was simultaneously a lightning as well as a microphone and a headphone. It had 3 jacks to into the lightning for the iPhone, but the mic jack didn't work. So the other 2 things that I bought plug directly into the lightning jack, and they are a direct microphone to lightning connector. So those things work. So I do have another mic, which is good, and it does muffle the background noise. But then again, I can't use the an external power source while using that mic. So I haven't as of yet used it on a live stream, but it is pretty awesome to use that. I think it's like over $100 to $200 Saramonic mic with the iPhone. I'm about When I started this live stream, I was at about 60% power, so I'm not using it right now. But when I get 100% power and when it's a good situation, I'll break out that harmonic mic and it'll be a world of difference. That's it. So they got a lot of logistics to do here as far as moving things around and stuff. All this stuff on the outside here, all these different shipping containers and things like that. I imagine they don't want them to be here if they're going to do a static fire next week. So that's it. That's all I got. From this perspective, not much happening here. If I were doing little clips, then maybe I could piece something together which shows different angles and things, but I haven't done that kind of stuff yet for a while. It's been quite a while when I did something like that, and yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'll end it here in a couple minutes, 2 minutes, and wish you the best day of your days as well as today, and continue on. If you find any info, share it, spread the word about what you find, and that'll help the future, knowing what's going on and being up to speed on things. That's pretty good stuff. So those guys wanted to be on camera. That's pretty good. They were saying hello. Okay, so they're moving some of this dirt around. Let me get a shot of that. Sand, dirt. I think it is dirt. I think dirt's the proper name here for the pile where you can see the little, what is it called? That's a skid steer. Little skid steer moving around. There's some dirt there. Those are fun machines, but you got to be careful. You could easily turn over in that thing. Skid steers are fun. You don't want to mess around when you're in a skid steer. Yeah, I will sign out here unless I see something over at the build site. I'll just continue on. I will stop just up the road here to the right and get that shot of the red stuff and upload that. Within the next 15 minutes, I'll be able to do all that and upload it, I believe. All right, I'll get in front of the camera. Thanks for watching. Paul Michaels with Ocean Cam. Right here at SpaceX Starbase launch site, July 28, 2022. See you soon. Yep. Tony, everybody, adios. Take care.